Hello everybody, this is Chronos018, and this is going to be my thoughts on Fairy Tail, episode 122, and I just finished uploading the reaction on episode 120 on BitChute, and I just need to wait for it to, to finish processing and publishing so it can be available for people to watch. And, let's see, let's go on and make episode 122 as well. Sorry, I'm looking at the thumbnails at the moment. I was going to go on ahead and make the thumbnails for episodes 120, 21, and 22. Alright. Okay, for this episode, yeah, this is the last episode of Tenor Island Arc. Sorry, I thought Mom was talking to me. Anyway, let's see. Anyway, like I said, this is the last episode of the arc. So, yeah, last episode, at the end, Agnologia was coming to the island. And Agnologia is bad news. Very bad news. In fact, from what I remember, nothing has faced Agnologia and lived except Gildarts. And that's saying something. Anyway, what else ended up happening in this episode? Julia tries to not get spanked this time, but she does try and get him to use her as a chair. Yeah, she's sitting there with her butt wiggling in the air, and he's about to sit down, and she wants this essentially as punishment, which I still found funny. And while all this is going on, Agnologia shows up with a loud roar that shakes everybody. Oh, before I get into this part, I don't know if there's, I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, I cannot talk. Yeah, Loxus didn't know that Lasana was alive. And he's all messing with her going, hey, you're alive! What's it like being dead? Oh, and he's just being silly with her. Yeah, that's essentially what he does. He does this, and she goes, what are you doing to my face? She goes, huh, you're alive. So what's it like being dead? That's actually what he says. So you'll see when you see the episode. Oh, that hurt my face. Anyway, yeah, Wendy is watching this whole thing and wondering, essentially, if Loxus is actually a nice guy. And Urza actually confirms that, yes, he might seem mean at times, but he actually is a nice guy deep down. But yeah, that actually happens before Agnologia shows up. And also, Urza tries to approach Makarov and ask him if it's possible that he could reconsider his decision on, expelling Loxus from the guild. And Loxus even said that that's not going to happen. You have to really win his trust back and really work hard for it in order to get back into the guild. Even Loxus agreed on that. Anyway, yeah, Agnologia shows up and starts terrorizing things. With one roar, he actually managed to destroy, I think, the whole forest, or at least a big portion of it. Yeah, a big portion of the forest. And yeah, everybody tries to run to the ship, obviously so they can escape and get away from Agnologia, because essentially Agnologia is the dragon of the apocalypse. And I know it's an ominous name, but it fits it. But essentially, Agnologia cuts off their escape. They try and run, and Makarov tries to buy them time so they can escape by essentially sacrificing himself, trying to hold back the dragon. And had they listened to him, he probably would have been killed by the dragon while they escaped. But if you know Fairy Tail as well as we do, they ain't gonna let that happen. They're gonna try and stop Agnologia, and that's exactly what they try and do. They all attack it just about. I think everybody that has ranged attacks, they do. Because I don't think Elfman or Lasana really do anything. But Mira does, because she obviously has her Satan's Soul attack. Or attacks that are ranged. And even the Dragon Slayers get into all this. And they actually managed to send Agnologia back. They push it back a bit into the water. But The bad thing is that they say, did we get it? Did we win? And Gilder says, heck no, you didn't. It's not even using not even using half the strength, I think he said, that it used against him. And essentially it's playing with them. So, yeah, Ecologia pops up at that point. And is about to use a dragon roar, essentially a dragon roar on them. And, yeah, it's looking a bit bleak. Because ain't no way they're going to be able to even if they tried to get to the ships in time, I don't know if they'd be able to do so. And they essentially hold hands and try to form a protection circle, or a protection magic, whatever, to try and stop the Dragon Roar. Well, a Dragon Roar hits, and the island, as far as we could tell, was obliterated. And they didn't find any survivors. And it does a time skip in this episode to 7 years later. You heard me right. 7 years. Not 7 days, not 7 weeks, not 7 months. 7 years in the future. And they are still no sign of Natsu and the others. I spent that whole time trying to find them. And a lot has changed. But I will be getting to that in the next episode, which is episode 123, which will show essentially what has happened since then. And how things have changed for Fairy Tail. Anyway, I'll get to work on it, and I will see everybody next time.